Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever, whenever that you may be tuning in. This is Yonks, and this is yet another office hours for myIRA.fund for our pre-launch conversations. And this is day 41 of our 180-day live stream marathon and sprint. And on the screen here, you're looking at the Google Documents. That's something that's linked. And I'm actually going to throw in a link to the subtab for the live stream because it's a little difficult to navigate because it is a very subtab heavy Google Doc. So this link that I'll throw in there. But at the end of the day, there's really not that much agenda because this is an office hours and that's by design. So here is the link to today's subtab. All right. And scrolling down, this is our templated document. You can see right here's the template. I just basically replicate that. And I'm going to always talk about our FEL culture, fun, earning, learning, and giving. And you can see on the agenda and timeline, don't have anything. And we've got Ernest and I am Lotus joined on the office hours today. And on that note, I'm going to stop talking and see if there's anything that you all would like to talk about before we circle back on some of the things that we were briefly discussing before we went live here today.
All good.
Let's go.
All right. Well, on that note, one of the things that we've been having a decent amount of conversations on is, and I'm going to bounce up here because this is again the myIRA.fund. And this is where primarily organizing some stuff that we need to do. And the reason that this assets that we need, I was actually working on this here. And one of the things that working on getting drafted is the founding member agreement. The plan with this, and this is a very templated document. You can see the home tab here, and then there's basically a long version, and it's not really that much longer than the shorter version. And this was generated on one of our previous office hours here this week using Venice AI. And the goal with this is to create a founding member agreement. We're going to clean this up a little bit. Like one of the things that I don't want to have for sure in here, and let me go to the shorter version. So amendments, any changes must be made in writing and signed by all founders. With having 100 founding members, that's obviously not something that we're going to adhere to. And that's just an example. But we, the other day, had a conversation with the Collabberry team for using Collabberry. And here's the tab that had it in here. And let's see, I saw some extra details. Backstory. So anyway, going back over here, so this is a document that I created for us to organize, and let me make this a little bit bigger. And I believe that I have that at Collabberry. Let me open up an incognito window. Collabberry.myIRA.fund. I'm going to copy this to my clipboard. So pretty sure that this is a forwarded to this document. So this is a document that we're doing, and let me make this bigger here since I'm in an incognito window. And this document has content in multiple tabs. So this is a way, it's kind of a workaround because the only right now, the way that Collabberry, and it's currently in its beta phase that just launched here a couple weeks ago, the only person that can add any agreement is myself. So we're using this Google Docs to compile our agreements. So this is something that I did. One of the things that I'm going to actually add real quick. Let me see here. I don't know if it shows the comments view. Might be on the. Let me actually just go over to this document. So this is something that I was wanting to add to my own agreement. So let's see. Because what this says is expecting the majority of compensation will come from our ecosystem two-tier revenue share from member subscriptions for on-chain ambassadors. So this is something that I'm going to add to my own Collabberry document here. So, oh, I didn't copy well from that comment. And I'm going to put, I think that, yeah, note about compensation. That the majority of my compensation will come from our ecosystem two-tier revenue share from member subscriptions for on-chain ambassadors. So this is something I'm just going to go in real quick here to the beta tool. And one of the things that I'm going to see if there's a capability with Collabberry is to make this public, because right now I don't think that it has the visibility, public visibility. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and edit my agreement and add what I just mentioned or copied and pasted there. Oh, I wanted to get this note about compensation. I'll just recopy this. Save. And then let me view this. So there is, and I'm going to take a screenshot of this real quick because it's one of the things that I've been doing that I did for, and this is something that will likely create a blog post. One of the things that we did earlier in the week was set up the sub or attempting to set up blog.myIRA.fund using paragraph.xyz. So go ahead and close note about, yeah. All right. So if you need any help, I am Lotus or Ernest, I am Lotus. You've got to get your agreement details added. Ernest still needs to onboard to the team. And then this is something that we're wanting to get and may also create a snapshot proposal because View snapshot is one additional way to also signal what we're doing and make it very clear. One of the core beliefs that I have is the more clear that we have expectations and avoid potential confusion, and we deliver on those expectations. It's when somebody has misaligned expectations and then we don't deliver on whatever expectations that we have. So the better that we do creating clear expectations. Oh, and the thing that I was going to talk about before I deviate to a snapshot here, do you, Ernest, or I am Lotus have any thoughts or feedback on Collabberry right now?
No.
So discussed Collabberry.
Yeah.
Or oh, and one of the things too that I'm going to do here real quick, I've got this in another tab. So one of the things, Collabberry is one tool that we're using, and this is a hopeful for a future integration. So on the screen here, I have our HATS protocol tree. HATS protocol organizations work better with HATS, save time, automate onboarding, and manage permissions across the internet with programmable on-chain roles. So this is where one of the things that we're doing within this Collabberry workflow is that we're documenting here responsibilities, build cool shit, lead conversations building towards MVP for my IRA fund. For launching is probably better verbiage. I'll add that for launching my IRA fund, onboard first 100 founding members, and I'm going to put a goal here by within and to be clear, I'm hoping other on-chain ambassadors really assist with this dynamic, but I'm putting forward a goal that I would be ecstatic for this to happen within quarter 1, which would be the end of March, within Q1 of, and I'm going to just put 2025 Q1. So all right, so that's some feedback. So responsibilities. So this is one of the things that we can do to reflect in an on-chain capacity. I'm fairly certain that Collaborate is also on chain. It just doesn't have the visibility right now, and then the opportunity to just amplify. So right now, my thoughts is that to create a new one of the things though, real quick, I'm going to edit this pre-launch team. Let me do an edit tree. I'm going to close this real quick, make sure. Okay, so I'm here logged in. I'm going to refresh this real quick, make sure that I'm still logged in, connected with my IRA fund, which is the top hat of this organization. So I'm going to create let me edit tree and going to add a hat. And this is the hat that I'm going to add for hat name, CEO, CFO, and I don't know. Mrs. Yonks.eth. I don't know if that'll be beneficial to be there. I'm going to take a look at another example before we commit this. And let me save this and add another hat here.
I have a question, Jason, while you're
Yes.
I'm
Oh,
trying
here,
to
I trade the trade. Go ahead.
I was trying to sign my snapshot and it says I don't have the right to vote. And the NFT I have is the We Own Club and then Duna DAO and the inverted letter A. I don't know what company that is.
It should be like, are you talking about
Maybe the
the
snapshot.
one, yeah, that I sent you the link for?
Uh-huh. Is it token gated by an NFT that I don't have?
No, you voted on proposals before,
Mhm.
like here, this one, let's see, 4
So I don't
votes.
I don't need to attach my Coinbase wallet to this one. It's actually
Um,
Coinbase wallet. It did have
yeah, I changed because this was 10 months ago. So like you voted on this one with your previous wallet. The one that we did, um, let's see. Let me see what the settings are because I'm fairly certain that I changed the voting strategy to um
I am Lotus.eth.
yeah. Let's see. So here's the contract address, ERC 721.
Sorry about that.
No, so which is the 6317, because this hasn't been changed. So this is the Board of Stewards for Web3 Freedom Club DAO. So it looks like it might be the old one. Do you want me to move it to IamLotus.eth?
Yeah, because that's where all my NFTs are at the moment.
Okay.
Just in case we need.
So I'll take that as an action item since it's not related here to my IRA fund. Thanks for letting me know that. Because
Yeah.
like yeah, because I'm pretty sure that this is your old
Yeah.
legacy address, and I'll get that updated in that for that there.
Text me when you get it done so I can vote.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's one of the things like as a part of this rebranding strategy, that's something that will likely migrate from this legacy NFT to a HATS protocol. But that's a low priority. But thanks for letting me know. For this though, because it did a snapshot already, is there a way that you can vote with your legacy wallet, or do you want me to create a new proposal? Because I have no problem like right now. Let me check because I'm pretty sure that I'm the only person that's voted on this.
I can vote on my old one. It's still active, actually.
I, I'll I'll
Then
I'll
just
think about um getting it yeah, I'll think about that and make a decision here. I'll get
okay.
back. Yeah, so I'll see what because like I said, I'm wanting to go in a new direction as a part of this rebranding strategy anyway. And anyway, um, so let's see. Getting back to the where was I at? So yeah, going back to oh, I was in Hats Protocol. That's right. So I'm gonna actually just revert this. Oh, cancel. Are you sure you want to reset all current changes? Confirm. So let me, I was not getting that edited correctly. So here wanting to add a hat, and this hat, gonna call CEO, CFO, Mrs. Yonks, and add another hat here. New hat is going to be Chief Digital Alchemist. Alex.eth. Add a hat here of new hat. We'll call this COO. I am Lotus.eth. And add a hat here. CRO, CMO, web.eth. Add a hat. You still liking the AI mixologist, Ernest? If you're talking, you're on mute.
Yeah, just mixologist is fine. I mix all the things.
No AI, you don't want to.
So, so, well, I mean, it's not just AI.
Okay. Hey, I'm
Uh,
good. Like, this is our hats tree. We can make these titles whatever that we want.
so are there hats that represent the shares, the owners of that have shares in the cooperative?
So that I'm glad that you asked. So that's gonna be our and the way that we're architecting this is there's going to be a founding member NFT. So this is, and we haven't had a conversation yet as far as, so here's going to the unlock dashboard. Let me just go there. Um, Going back to locks. So this is again with the myIRA.fund or myIRA.fund.eth hot wallet, the myIRA.fund founding member. This is where there's going to be $197, a lifetime dynamic. So this is where we haven't completed this workflow yet because we're wanting to create where before somebody can mint this, they need to agree to the founding member agreement. So this is all like when you think about what the user journey is, this is one of the agreements that we want to have somebody each sign before they spend the $197 for the founding member. So that's functionally the proof of membership there. Then within the founding member agreement, we're going to have a ownership and equity. One of the ways, and this goes back to the myIRA tokenomics, and I did publish a version 1.5 of the tokenomics here. And I'm glad that we're talking about this because I just pinned this here. This was just updated. When was this? Just like this morning. Yeah, today. So this is the tokenomics here. So the myIRA funding, the fair launch is that all 100 founding members can participate in the P token offering for myIRA. This is going to be a equity token. myIRA.fund is a public benefit or will be a public benefit corporation here in Colorado operating as a limited cooperative association. It's going to be structured as a multi-stakeholder governance model. We're going to have founding members, we're going to have alpha members, and then we're going to have normal, and those will all be represented via a different NFT. Like going back to our unlock protocol dashboard for myIRA.fund, um, this like when somebody joins as a founding member, and then depending on what they want to invest from a material contribution, like this is one of the things that has a
So
capability. Go ahead.
hold on. So you have the different types of members, but the actual equity in the cooperative is represented from the P token.
So the correct the because you think about like
There's
having
no equity in these unlocks. They just give you
it's a proof of
permissions,
membership.
just proof of membership.
Yeah.
So
So you like think about like in like let me go to the collab.myira.fund because I don't even know if I've configured this. Like here's our DAO portal using Charmverse. So here the join
and
link
so
for join.
why are you using a token IPO to raise capital as a cooperative instead of actually selling the equity
We're doing
shares?
both. We're doing both. There's a the proof of membership is represented via an NFT at $197. And
That has nothing to do with the share. That's what I'm
no,
saying is
it
like
absolutely does. It
most
represents a
most
founding.
a lot of cooperatives, their cost of membership
So
raises their capital.
so okay, but this is a limited cooperative association because a lot of if you're talking about a traditional cooperative, we're not a traditional cooperative. We're an on-chain cooperative that's using on-chain technology to represent a multi-stakeholder governance. So what's going to happen here when we onboard the 100 founding members is that we're going to put forward a proposal at some point in time that's going to ask the question, going back to our document here and looking at the pitch deck or the slide that talks about our launch phases, we're going to create a proposal at some point in time after we've onboarded these 100 founding members that says, here's a decision. Do we want to flip the switch to onboard the next 1,000 members into a beta phase and give the beta members the opportunity to invest in the initial token offering price of one myIRA token, $1? So the other fork in the road will be, no, we don't have enough capital in our treasury. Let's seek venture capital or external capital. So that'll be a fork in the road, a proposal that we'll make using whatever that we decide on as far as our governance dynamic. Because like
But
right now, go ahead,
according to your
Ernest.
tokenomics model, they're just investing in a set of projects. They're not like investing in the markets at large.
So
Right.
when you
Because when somebody buys P token,
so
that money
it's not P
raised,
token. It's so P token is a brand. P token is like a
your initial
ecosystem.
tokens.
Yeah. So when for my IRA, the token will be $ my IRA.
Yeah. But then you just take that money from selling those tokens and split it up between those projects, right?
So here's how these 20 million tokens will be split. 50% is going to go into my IRA fund. We're looking to, out of the 20 million valuation, we're looking to raise 5 million. So that will then go to the and in this first phase, the only people that will have the opportunity to participate in this capital raise will be founding members. And the way that we're going to structure the founding member agreement is that one of the parameters that they will have to agree to be eligible to be a founding member is within 6 months of becoming a founding member, they're going to invest $5,000 into my IRA as an equity owner of this cooperative that we're creating.
Okay, so they're gonna buy 5,000 tokens at $1 a token.
Correct. And that's not a limit. I mean, that's the
Yeah,
minimum. Like
yeah.
Tyler and I, we're
But then that money
personally,
is going to these projects. It's invested in
well,
these projects.
so
It's
no,
not
that
getting
that
invested in the
money
markets. Right.
that money, yeah, this isn't a fund. This is because it's the fund is the product that we're going to be creating that allows individuals to have their own retirement arrangement. This capital here, like let's say it's USDC, or if when we launch our stable coin, it will be we own US. So this money will sit in the safe multi-sig for myIRA.fund. And like talking about Collabberry, this is where we can retroactively reward. And one of the things that we will do with this, when we onboard these 100 founding members, the pre-launch team, like us that are having these conversations, we're going to put forward a proposal and say, hey, here's our efforts from pre-launch to, like, let's say that we do deliver on my goal of onboarding these 100 founding members by the end of March. So in, like, let's say sometime in April, we'll put forward a proposal like the pre-launch team and say, hey, here's how we want to be retroactively compensated, and the opportunity to do some compensation when we get, because I'm wanting to start onboarding founding members and capital here within the next week or two. So yes, going back to the tokenomics, so there's going to be the proof of membership. Now, what's going to happen is that I will wager out of 100 founding members, there's going to be people out of these 100 people that don't make good on their commitment to invest 5K into our opportunity. This is where we're going to have a wait list where the next person on the wait list will have that opportunity to do that. And that may be one of the catalysts that we decide, because I'm fairly certain that we're going to have more than enough capital here with the dynamic of how that we're bootstrapping, because we're not going to shift away from a bootstrapping. We're going to still be great stewards. And that's one of the reasons that we call it a board of stewards, because in my opinion, that denotes a higher degree, like public benefit corporation. We have a ethos, triple bottom line, people, planet, and then prosperity. People first. Like we're creating this for the good of the members, the cooperative members. People, planet, prosperity. Prosperity is the third dynamic. Like the big opportunity here, like let's say going back to our slide deck here, let's just run through some what ifs. What if that we create an amazing UX UI and then we onboard these 100,000 members that are doing $197 a year? You just put that into your calculator. That puts our organization, myIRA.fund, of having almost $20 million a year in revenue. You think about having $20 million a year in revenue. Well, what we create will be worth a lot more than $20 million because, if you're anyway, I'm not going to break down what ifs, but that would be an amazing scenario. So the big opportunity here for us, Collabberry, like because this is basically like sweat equity where we're using an on-chain tool for slicing pie. They've got some other interesting things because the way that I understand it, Ernest, is that there is a smart contract on Arbitrum that represents the underlying team points that get rewarded here. Like going to the dashboard, like right now, I have no team points. Like one of the team things, like here, there's a manual allocation. This is where that we can do like, let's say when we go through onboarding as a founding member, that's $197 financial material contribution. That's where we can allocate that. And I'm not exactly sure. That's one of the things that I'm going to ask the team with Collabberry what that will look like. But going in here to settings, looking at team points, material contribution multiplier. This multiplier is applied to points earned for any material financial contributions that a team member makes. For example, a team member invests 1,000 in the organization, they will get 4,000 team points for that if the multiplier is 4. So this is a form of meritocracy that the team at Collabberry has architected. We've talked a little bit about, it's been a good minute since we've talked about doing our own meritocracy, and now we actually have a tool through Collabberry that it will, I believe, make it a little easier to fulfill a meritocracy with what we're building.
Oh, I like it.
Cool. Does that make a lot more sense around the tokenomics, Ernest?
Yeah, I guess I need to see that.
I do have a question. Is
Sure.
the 10,000 requirement minimum is across the board on all tiered membership? Like every
No, so that's only going to be a founding members. We, the 100 founding members, will reevaluate what we want to do before we go to the next phase. So this is one of the ethoses that I want to fulfill because I'm not going to go off and tell some of the backstory why I really want to create this ethos for founding members, but I really want the people that onboard as a founding member to really feel like that they can have some contribution here. And as you've heard me say, we'll continue to say, very much operate from a choose your own adventure. We've got, I think, a pretty great go to market strategy where we can onboard people responsibly and then collectively make a decision when we're uh, ready to onboard the next 1,000 members. So let me grab that here real quick. Ernest, I saw your comment in the Zoom. So I don't think it gets the whole invite token anyway, so I'll just bring that back on screen. So what I had here was I clicked on the invite members, and then it brings up a little pop open, and the invitation token was not something that shows up entirely on screen anyway. So and this is something like the main deliverable besides getting the contributors here for pre-launch team is the and this is actually one of the things going. Let me get back to the hats real quick because I know that I had some changes. This is actually something that I wanted to go back to here, like the collab space roles. So like I haven't added the founding member NFT, but this is one of the things that I'll add a new role using that hats protocol. And that just provides different capabilities and the big value proposition of like an ERC 721 compared to an NFT. And a side thought, have you been following like tree gens at all, Ernest?
No.
So that's one of the things that I'm going to take a look at. I was on the last chance for projects to shill giveth, and Jimmy, the co-founder of TreeGens, I'm interested in joining TreeGens as a early contributor, just to understand some pretty cool stuff that they're doing from a tokenomics and stuff like that within their ecosystem there. But that's another conversation. I'll dig that up and um, see what that looks like. But anyway, closing out the what's it called? And this is a note to myself again. I do want to add founding members to bring an additional call out on this slide here. And that's something that I'm wanting to work on. But anyway, looking at the time here, only got a few minutes left. Always want to be respectful of everyone's time. One of the things I'm going to make note of real quick is talked about our tokenomics for discuss Cloudberry, discussed myIRA.fund tokenomics version 1.5. I don't anticipate there being any changes. The main thing that changed from version, let me just mention this. The main thing that changed from version 1 to version 1.5 of the tokenomics was did an even split here for ecosystem public goods. And then the biggest change was adding in the We Own US stablecoin here. This is something that I would really like to see in production early in March, before the third week of March, because I think that having this will really amplify and simplify things by creating our native ecosystem stablecoin with design. The main design considerations is so that we can stream that using superfluid.finance as a native streaming token, because that's where one of the things that we're planning to use a lot within our ecosystem is streaming payment flows. But I'm gonna stop the screen share here, and then let you all chime in some final thoughts before we bring it to a wrap. We'll be back in 4 hours for an AiAgents.Box office hours as we continue. Same time tomorrow, 6 Eastern, 11 Eastern, 11 p.m., 6 p.m. Tomorrow, myIRA.fund office hours and the AiAgents.Box office hours.
Have a good one.
Till next time, everybody.
Bye, guys.